Yo. Yo. Yo, 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 yo. We're about. Special.
Argentina football team called the Albany Empire. He did a ton of messed up stuff to the team that you can see in my last video, but his latest move might be the most insane thing he's done. So every month, each team in the league has to pay 1/7 of the operating budget. Al paid it in April, but he didn't pay it in May. And on top of that, he did pay a $1,000 fine for comments he made about the league. So the Arena Football League was concerned, so they contacted Browns.
If I knew this when I started playing fantasy football, I probably would have won an extra game or two every single year. If you're new here, my name's Max. My purpose is to help you win your fantasy championships. So follow me, save this video. Today we're going to be talking about defenses, but specifically defenses in primetime football. Let me set the stage for it. Sunday finish, you and your opponent are a really close game, drop by like 4 or 5 points. He's got nobody left, but you had your offense left on Monday Night Football. No way you can lose, right? Wrong. Guys, if you're going into Monday Night or even Sunday Night Football with just your defense and your opponent has nobody else, bench your defense. You never know when a defense is going to put up -7 or -8 because it can happen. If I knew this when I started playing fantasy football, I probably would have won an extra game or two every single year. If you're new here, my name's Max. My purpose is to help you win your fantasy championships. Save this video. Today we're going to be talking about defenses, but specifically defenses in primetime football. Let me set the stage for it. Sunday finishes, you and your opponent are in a really close game, drop by like 4 or 5 points. He's got nobody left, but you had your defense left on Monday Night.
This is the best way to film yourself. It doesn't matter whether you have a cooking channel.
Whatever happened to FaZe Jarvis? Just a few years ago, FaZe Jarvis was one of the biggest names on YouTube. He was known for being one of the most entertaining Fortnite creators.
The best versatility prospects in this NBA draft. Honorable mention to Brandon Podziemski, Bilal Coulibaly, Leonard Miller, and Taylor Hendricks. Amen Thompson's athleticism and size with his playmaking upside as a lead guard gives him the ability to play 1 through 3 depending on where he gets drafted. Harris Walker is a top-level interior defender with perimeter ability. He has shown that he can shoot the ball well, be an offensive connector, and just do a whole lot on the floor. Colby Jones is super underrated. He has size and handling to be a big guard, or you can stick him on the wing like OKC does with Jalen Williams. He truly is a backcourt Swiss Army knife. Number 2 is Victor Wembanyama, simply because he is positionless. Put him at the 5, he'll lock the paint. At the 4, he can play the perimeter. Even the 3 with his mobility, he really can do it all. Number 1, I'm going with Anthony Black. He is going to play 1 through.
This kid right here has a chance to become the best shooter in the class of 2026. We're always trying to find underrated talent before anyone else. But this weekend, we watched a kid by the name of Will Kirsch, and he put on an offensive clinic. We were first introduced to Will a few months ago. He was fresh off of graduating from middle school, and he joined his varsity team for a high school hoop showcase in June. He was the youngest and best player in that game we watched. He knocked down a ton of threes and was very effective with his in-between game. Then this past weekend, we watched him in the Prep Hoops freshman showcase, and he continued to impress. He was doing it all, knocking down threes off the dribble, hitting floater.
Yo.
Hands have kind of almost the scariest thing. I feel like some people say, well, kids don't know it's an issue if you don't tell them it's an issue. And some of that I get, but also, like, I feel like if I have a mask on, I don't get the same feelings from people. I don't get the same intuition.
Yeah.
And also, it's like children are like the least, like, it just seems ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, now, you know, that's what they're spinning now. Like, if you go on CNN, like, it's like, all right, you know, we've got outrageous number of kids getting sick and stuff, and then if you go to a different side, it's like, well, the survival rate for kids is 99.9%. So it's like you get it from both sides.
Yeah.
And you know, I got pinned on the no mask side, which I'm fine with that, and that's for my kids. I don't want them to wear masks in school.
Yeah.
I think it's hard enough being in school. It's hard enough, you know, going through that K through 5 to have a mask on and learn how to read and write and talk and do all this stuff. With that being said, like, if you want to send your kid to school with a mask, that's on you. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I got no issues. If you want to get the vaccine, get the vaccine.
Yeah.
I just don't think we can make a mandate for, you know, K through 5. Like, hey, you have to wear a mask. Like, that was my whole thing. Like, you can't mandate that.
Right.
And they gave everyone you can opt out. I mean, they figured that part out. So we opted out. But I just don't want to get pinned. Like, all right, I'm 100% against this, and I'm against it for my own being. But if you have a different opinion, I'm more than willing to listen, and I'm more than willing to support whatever decision you want to make.
Yeah, totally. I think it's interesting sometimes how if you say anything that is even like contrary, or not even contrary, but like it's like if you want to raise your hand and even talk about stuff, you immediately get panned on. Like you're this outlier, you're this like anarchist, and I think a lot of that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. It's just like anything that people can click on. It's like they just want. That's all they care about making. They don't really care about making a conversation.
And it's all just you get extreme over here, extreme over here. Like there's no like middle ground anymore. There's no common sense. Like I
think there are a lot of them, but those people, no one wants to.
Well, and they don't want to talk. Those people don't want to talk because you're going to get destroyed on one side or the other. But I think you're right. I think there's a lot of people in this middle ground that do have common sense, that do want to live in this middle area, and don't want to be on these extremes. They just, you know, I mean, it's not worth it anymore to say anything.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's the weird part.
I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to deal with this, either side of this.
Yeah, man, sometimes I get afraid to speak up, man, about certain things. Yeah. But also, sometimes I get afraid. This is why I get afraid, Jay, because sometimes you give her another water. So he hasn't. Thank you, Sean. Sometimes I get afraid because I just don't. Sometimes my brain doesn't work as well as fast as I need it to. So it's like I don't want to say something until I know exactly what it is, and people don't give you room to like.
Oh no, you said one thing wrong, it's over.
Yeah, dude.
You don't get a second chance.
It's like, well, that's impossible. So the only people that are even allowed to speak anymore then are people reading off teleprompters who are knowing exactly what they're about to say. Or maybe like Ben Shapiro, who's like somehow, or Jordan Peterson, who are like computers, and they're able to get it from here to here.
Process it just like that.
It's crazy, man, seeing some of that.
And there's a lot of people out there that just don't want to say anything because they don't want to get canceled. They don't want to lose sponsors. They don't want to lose their job. So like they're just like, hey, I can't say anything.
Yeah.
I can't because I've got to feed my family. I need to go to work.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting too. It's like at least, maybe sometimes I'll take that for granted. Like I'm in a place where at least I could say some stuff if I want to. But I worry though if I say like, not say certain things, but like the other day we did a Netflix special and that we taped at the Rhyme, and they, like a couple days before, like everybody needs to be vaccinated or have a negative test.
Sure.
And it was like, everybody had bought their tickets knowing that they either had just knowing both things. Yeah. I'm willing to go, I've been vaccinated, or I'm willing to go, and it happened.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting because then it's like this, they're like, well, this is kind of our production that we're putting on. So it's like, you want to work with the rules. People have already bought their tickets, they're coming. You want them to be able to be a part of it and see the show.
Yeah.
But it's interesting when businesses kind of start to have mandates and whether they're worried about what the social media repercussions will be.
Mm-hmm. And that's the world we live in now.
It's weird, man.
It is weird. It's really weird.
And we're at the point too, we're still, I think, in that period where we're navigating what that is and what it means. Yeah. And if it means anything, like, 2 years ago, a tweet, somebody said something, it meant everything. And now it's starting to be a little bit like people don't even pay attention that much.
No, yeah. I mean, I think Twitter, like, it's just about quantity. Like, people are just spitting out stuff. I mean, and it's just gone. Like, there's a next thought, the next thought, the next thought. I don't think Twitter, I mean, there's impactful people that tweet for sure, but, like, I think a lot of Twitter is just, garbage.
Yeah, it's just a weird chatterbox. It's like, it's almost like Stephen A. Smith, but in like a business.
Just firing off stuff.
Yeah, just
word garbage. Just
yeah,
blah, 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 blah,
anything
blah.
that, it's like anything that will pick up steam.
Exactly. But it's gonna be interesting, like 10 years from now, like we look back in this space and time, and like what we're gonna think about. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. But it's gonna be interesting. Because you look back at, remember like Y2K.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was like the first big thing.
Yeah, like the world was ending. Like banks were gonna be like finished.
People were buying lamps, dude. People were buying like lamps and stuff for saying banks were gonna be done.
Yeah.
All your money will be
All
going.
your money's gone. Like the whole thing.
I wonder if that was like the first thing that really started to scare people.
I don't know. But I mean, you're gonna be a prepper here soon, so like you're good.
Oh, dude. I can't wait, bro. I'll be just sitting there with a candle, fucking watching all Joe Rogans. Just doing all I can, man. Just eat fucking shitty color beef jerky that gets brought to me from a local wagon. What was that question that came in, man? We'll get to a couple questions here.
Hi, Theo and Jay. I am so excited to know that Jay is going to be on Theo's podcast. That's awesome. Jay, oh my gosh, learn everything you can from him. He's awesome. My question is for Jay Cutler. My son started playing football this year. He's 9. He's a big boy. And I'm wondering what some of your encouraging words might be for a first-time football player, first year. And anything for the moms out there who are watching our sweet little thick boys getting blasted on the line. Gang, uncut.
That's tough. I know whenever my mom, like when I started playing football, and even like whenever I got into the NFL, like she was an absolute nightmare on game day. Oh my gosh, so nervous. I mean, every game I played, just terrified.
And what is she terrified of? You getting hurt?
Yeah, I'm getting hit, like the whole thing. And
would she be in the stands always at the same spot, kind of where you could see her?
Yeah, I mean, I always knew where our parents were, and then we had a box when I got in the NFL. So, like, I mean, I always knew where they were. And looking back on it now, like, I get it because I have kids, right? And they always want to play football, and it's like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know if we need to put you out here in this, because I'm watching them get hit and stuff. It's like, it's hard. And I took it for granted as whenever I was playing, like, I didn't get it. I got it, but I was like, hey, I'm going to be fine. Like, I've got this taken care of. Like, you can chill out, Mom.
Yeah. You don't get what they're going through.
No, not at all.
But now you see it.
Now I see it completely different. I understand it now. Like, and thinking about Cam, or my oldest, like, when they're playing football and getting, just smoked on a play, it's like, gosh, that's going to be tough to watch.
And when people try and smoke it more, other dads going to put hands,
gosh. Yeah.
Lions fans or something, some dads at Lions fans. It's got to be tough.
Absolutely.
In any household.
Absolutely. And it's just, that undue pressure on them and, all those things. So I'm sorry to all the moms out there. I know how difficult it is to do that. And you just got to encourage your son as much as you possibly can. Positive. It's in any sport when they first start. Make it fun.
Oh, make it fun. What sport, if you had to lead him into a different one, do you think you'd maybe lead him into?
Baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
baseball's safe, man.
Yeah, super safe. I mean, obviously you get hit with the ball. The only downside of baseball is you play 162 games.
Oh, yeah. Your wife's going to leave you.
Oh, for sure.
You might even know she's gone, dude.
Yeah.
That's how many games you're
playing. You just come back and like, wait, where'd you go?
I'm friends with Walker Bueller, actually, that went to Vanderbilt. He's probably, him and Joe Musgrove are probably my only 2 baseball guys that just pro baseball men that I know. But
yeah, it's a different lifestyle.
But one thing that's interesting about him, dude, he's kind of he's not a regular size dude, but he throws just out of a sheer fury, bro. Like some guys are like 6'7", you know, but Walt, I mean, he throws out of just
whole body.
Still aggravated about this.
Oh man,
Dude, in one of his arms, when you see him, he showed me one time. It's like way
longer.
different.
Yeah. It's on the right side of his body. It's probably completely different, and that's typical of quarterbacks too. It's like, I mean, this side is doing this, and this side is pulling. So like you're pushing and you're pulling. So I mean, you get torques. I mean, you're doing this all day long. So I mean, it has effects on your body.
What about UFC? You ever been to it?
Yeah, love it.
You do?
Yeah, I went to Connor's last night.
Connor and Dustin?
Yeah.
Me too, dude.
Yeah.
Me too. I was there. I saw Corey Feldman there.
Did you?
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Who else? Oh, I got to meet Austin Hooper.
Okay.
The football guy, and Baker Mayfield and OBJ.
Yeah.
Actually really cool.
Yeah, I saw them Friday night. Met Trump Saturday night for the fight. Yeah.
No, is that cool?
It was really cool. That's gonna get me canceled.
Meet Nick Chubb.
Huh?
Meeting Nick Chubb.
Who?
You met Nick Chubb?
Donald Trump.
Oh, you met Trump?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think that'll get you canceled, dude. I think you can be. I think you're probably fine. Dude, I was there when he came in the arena. The place went
It went crazy.
Yeah.
Went crazy.
The place went berserk.
Yeah, they were chanting for him.
Yeah, that was wild, man.
But that was the first time I've ever been around.
Shit, my
I've
bad.
never been around a president. And like the Secret Service.
Are they there?
Oh yeah, they're there.
Do they look legit or they don't look legit?
That's a really good question.
I've heard mixed reviews sometimes.
And it was mixed reviews. And I was with my buddies, and we were sitting there, and we're kind of, I mean, I probably shouldn't say this, but I will. We're kind of sizing up the Secret Service. Not that we're going to do anything, but it's like, all right, you know, like, these guys they should be the best of the best in the security world.
And you're at a UFC, I mean, everybody's sizing everything.
Yeah, but I mean, we're at the Trump Hotel at this point.
Okay.
We're in this, conference room, just waiting.
Oh, you're waiting to see him?
Yeah, we're waiting to see him. And Secret Service is around, and I'm like, you know what? Like, he looks legit.
Right.
You're 5'7".
Yeah.
Just kind of looks like a normal dude.
And below normal 2 inches.
Yeah. And I'm like, I just don't. But, I mean, they have to be super trained. And I was asking my buddy, I was like, do you think you can take that guy? And he's like, probably, he goes, if I train for a year, I can take that guy. Like, no weapons.
Oh, damn. A year's a long time.
It's a long time
now, especially when you don't have any time because.
But I think these guys, they've got some skill set that we don't know about. That I don't think you can prepare for in a year.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, I think you're looking at guys who are probably retired SEALs, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
or
like some bad dudes.
Yeah.
And like I've thought about that. Like, you run into like MMA guys are everywhere now. It's like you just gotta be careful with people.
That is kind of a cool equalizer of things. It's like
I'm not a fighter, so I don't fight people.
Yeah.
But like I know people that do, and like if you run into the wrong dude in a bar, like it can go real bad real fast.
Yeah, it used to be totally different. It used to be kind of like, this guy will win, this guy. But now it's like, with all these headlocks, leg locks, Kimuras, these chokes.
Just break your arm in like 2 seconds and you walk out.
Yeah, did I go over to Nashville MMA? Or I did actually. So I got a couple of cracked ribs, and it was really affecting my workflow.
Yeah.
But
the ribs will do that to you.
Yeah, huh? That shit's disheartening.
So it sucks. You can't punch them.
You can't do anything. I can barely even hug somebody if I wanted to.
You can't even take a shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't even. I almost had to keep my hands up like this kind of shit, dude, which is insane. But it was just like less pressure on my body.
So I get it.
Yeah. God, man, the stuff that men go through. Women think they go through it all. The stuff that men go through.
They go through some stuff. I mean,
yeah, that's a good point. You're right, dude. You're right, dude. Who was your first girlfriend you remember in high school? Did you have one?
First real girlfriend. Yeah, her name was Brooke.
Yeah. She pretty hot or no?
I felt like it was hot.
Dude, I bet you always got the hot one. Dude, I remember I had to make out with this girl in a sand trap that had 2 different color eyes, dude. So.
Was it like cool, 2 different color, or like kind of did it freak you out?
It was a little wizard. It was a little Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit. Somebody's rolling one of those big dice. You know what I'm saying? Every time you looked at her. Really cool chick, though.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, man. I remember one time the hot girl, for some reason, my God, she was down to go to like a dance or something.
She was feeling your vibe.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. She might have not been feeling well.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but anyway, she was giving me a chance.
She was ill.
Yeah. And we went to, like this dance. And then we were back at my friend's place where I was staying at, and we were like kind of kissing, and I just couldn't believe in my head that this hot girl was giving me an opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'm just.
Robotics and automation. Without this field, many of the things we do day to day wouldn't be possible. A career in this field can be exciting, and you can train at Universal Technical Institute near Chicago. In just 51 weeks, you can get valuable skills to service robots and electrical systems that power some of our most important industries. Explore the possibilities with UTI's Robotics and Automation.